Welcome back to US Chess Championships, Fabi. It's really nice to see you again playing here. And of course, you won this tournament 3 times before. And I was wondering if you have the same motivation to win this one, or you take it as a fresh start every time.
No, I think even more motivation because I won it last year. I think even more motivation to do well this year as well. And I just take it as a new tournament. Of course, the first time always feels like the most important, right? But after I won for the first time in 2016, it was even my first time playing. Then for many years, I didn't have another chance to win, or I had some chances, but I was spoiling them. And I was watching other players constantly winning the tournament. And so it feels good in the last few years that I came back to my senses in this tournament, and I put some good performances the last 2 years. I think I was also helped by the fact that other players were not maybe at their best in terms of trying to get like a huge score. So, for example, in 2022, +4 was enough, and some years it wouldn't be enough. Like when Sam Shanklin won, I scored +5, it wasn't enough. So, but yeah, I definitely have a lot of motivation to do well, and just because I won it last year doesn't change anything.
Yes, and now you're coming back from the Olympiad, where actually American team won the silver medals. Congratulations on this result, first of all. And how was it? And the fact that now you have to play with everyone from the team, now you have to play against them in the tournament. Does it change a little bit your approach to the preparation? Does it affect somehow the way you will play against them?
Yeah, it definitely, because we were sharing a lot of ideas, and I shared many ideas that I have with the players during the team meeting and also privately, sometimes giving some advice or some ideas of what to play. And of course, it's very, I think, important at the time to be doing this as a team. But then afterwards, suddenly your opponents have some more insight into your openings, which I don't think is going to be a huge deal, let's say. I mean, anyway, we all know each other pretty well as players. But definitely going from sharing ideas and rooting for your team to having to fight against them and rooting against them is a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, such a big difference. And also, Grigory Aparin is playing for the first time in this US Chess Championships. I'm wondering with whom are you getting prepared, with whom you will prepare for this event. I mean, now from being your second, he's becoming a player and rival again. Like, what's going on here?
Oh, we already had this even a bit more inconvenient, a full match that we played in the American Cup earlier this year. And the full match is a bit more difficult because then you have to really think up a strategy for both colors. While in a round-robin tournament like this, I only play one game against him. It's not so easy, of course, to think of some openings that we haven't worked on together, but at least it's only one game. So yeah, it's not the easiest, of course. I've worked with many of the players in this tournament, Grigory the most, but also Levon and Lenier, although quite in the past. And also on the team with many of the players, like with Ray and with Levon and with Lenier. And also with Sam, although it's been a while as well. So I have some history with almost all the players in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, speaking also about the rest of the field in this tournament, and I also checked your podcast, recent one, where you were talking about the talent, the reaction to the interview of Daniil Dubov. And I was wondering, like in your opinion, from the players of this US Chess Championship, who definitely has this winner's mentality, the one you were discussing with Christian a lot? Whom would you consider the one who has this kind of mentality?
It's difficult to say, of course, because it's maybe a bit subjective, and also a lot of the players will have this. So I think that from the players in the tournament, definitely the strongest at his peak is Levon by a clear margin. And there was a period in time when he was considered more or less second, first equal in the world, along with Magnus. So it was very close between them. This was maybe around the 2013, 2012 years, along with some of the other players of the older generation, like Vichy and Anand and Topalov and Kramnik. So at his peak, you can't say that he's lacking any winner's mentality for sure. And also these days, even though he's not at his best years, still he's enormously strong. So I think he's one of the favorites to win the tournament. In terms of winner's mentality, I think also Hans is a player that you can mention. He clearly wants to win very, very much. And he's putting a lot of effort into his games. You can feel that for sure. But definitely I wouldn't consider him on the same level, at least these days, Maybe he's still young, and maybe in the future he can at some point reach that level. But as for example, Levon.
What about the young generation players? I mean, we have a few youngsters playing here in the tournament. Like, who do you feel like is the most ambitious?
I got this feeling definitely from Mishra, even speaking to him a little bit. And last year, because after the US Championship, he had a very successful tournament. He beat Levon. He beat Sam Shankland. So he was even fighting for first place almost. And definitely I could feel a lot of ambition also in the things that he was saying, his goals for the future. So he's a player that you can definitely feel like he wants to at some point be the best in the world.
Yeah, he actually told me today that he wants to win this championship. He wants to become the world champion. Like this is what I also feel from him. Exactly. Like Fabio, like one last more or less philosophical question. Like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you think you'll still be playing chess and like you will be still active? Like, what are your goals and perspective?
Well, yeah, life is a bit unpredictable, of course, but I do hope to still be playing chess well, even in 10 years. Although 10 years is a lot of time. I don't know what will happen in life in general, and there's also things besides chess. But for the moment, I feel quite good about chess, and I still feel like I'm in a good state to play chess. Yeah, I think people also overestimate a little bit the effects of, okay, like they think that because you're 30 that you can no longer play chess. but people are definitely overstating this a bit, and it's not only the young players, but also maybe I'm 10 years older than some of the players I'm playing against, even in this tournament or in some of the other tournaments I played this year. But I don't feel like it changes so much. Just maybe I have to be a bit more conservative with my energy levels, and yeah, there's a few more things you have to think about if you're not 18 years old anymore. But in 10 years, I still hope to be playing chess well and hopefully to have some more successes under my belt.
Yeah, wish you all the best, and of course all the best in the US Chess Championships. Thank you for your time, Fabio.
Thank you.